Hey guys, Cam for 15, back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with my co-host Red Wolf, and we are here to talk about some more Dragon Ball Daima.
Mm-hmm. So far, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I'm hooked.
Yeah, again, me, always right about shit before you.
Okay, let's not go that far. Always right. Always right. Okay, okay, man. Stop tooting your own horn.
Hold on, people calling me again. Back. Yes, we're back with more Dragon Ball Daima, and some interesting things happen, but we're really waiting for next week. Next week is going to be amazing because we're finally going to be getting a legit fight for once.
Yes, with none other than the Tagagamis, I can't speak.
Tamagamis.
Tamagami. I can't speak.
Yeah, of course she can't speak. Because she can't. I was about to get the goggles. Weren't able to speak.
I was not able to speak. So go ahead and put those goggles on. Wait, what? Your audio went down. What?
What?
There you go. Okay. I can't, for some reason, your voice wasn't coming out. So
Anyways. As I was saying, as I got the goggles on because he asked for these, um, we're continuing on Goku's adventure, and Goku's adventure basically has it to where we find some more interesting lore stuff. But let's start off with with Vegeta, Piccolo, Bulma, and what's going on Earth. So obviously, where we last saw them last week at the end, it looks like okay, things were gonna go nice and everything, and then they kind of crashed down because the ride wasn't working. Well, Bulma looks over the ship, and basically, the item that she needs, well, you can't get it on Earth. It's basically probably something you can only get. No, it's something that you can only get in the demon realm.
hmm
So they're basically like, oh, well, that's just great. What are we supposed to do now? But luckily, the king sent the one guy, and the one guy goes to pick them up, and he's like, "Hey, I'm here because I was told to come get you guys." So they get ready to go. Kibito actually stays back, correct?
yes, 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 he does.
So Bulma, Piccolo, and Vegeta go with our fish-looking demon men, and you do get some comedy. He talks about like, let's just say he wants to be. He feels like this is the last thing he should be doing. He feels like he needs to do some other stuff because he talks about he needs to go get a haircut, and he talks about he needs to get ready to go on this date. But then the king's like, "Please, you ain't got no damn girlfriend. What the fuck you talking about?"
Dang, that's harsh.
Um, yeah, I think he also talks about the looks, which Bulma kind of like, huh? But I'm just like,
There's a beauty salon in the demon realm.
yeah, there's a beauty salon, and I'm just like, with what we see current Bulma at, listen, she using the Dragon Balls to make herself look younger, make herself have a bigger booty.
She's a child. Anyways,
Well, I'm saying current modern day Bulma right now.
yeah.
We're at in Super.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, we cut back to Goku and company. Um, I'm just gonna get this one out. Pansy ends up asking Goku a question, and she's just like, speaking of like how the she ends up talking about how the heck that how is Goku like adultish enough, or how does he even have kids, or like
How
because
does how does how does he raise kids? Like,
yeah, how do you raise kids? Because he acts kind of childish and everything, and Goku's like, well,
I wasn't really involved.
I wasn't really involved, and then she's just like,
Figured.
figured. Look, I said it before, I'll say it again. I'm loving the Goku and Pansy dynamic. Pansy is probably legitimately like the realest person that looks at Goku and is just like, you're a fucking idiot, dude.
I think anybody who sees Goku would think that way.
Now, the reason why I brought up this conversation the most is because this was going all over Twitter and everything. And obviously people were like, oh no. And what they mean by oh no is obviously if you've been in the world of Dragon Ball, you've had or seen this debate at least one time about some Dragon Ball fans thinking that Goku is a bad dad or a bad father.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has begun.
I even made a quote tweet, and I think slow plays or whatever, and I said, oh, great. The people who say Goku is a bad dad are gonna have a field day. And the gif I put was the Winnie the Pooh gif where he's getting ready to eat and everything, because that's what the freaking the people who say Goku's a bad dad, people are thinking. They're like, see, I told you he's a bad father. He said he was never involved. I'm like, legitimately, if you go back and look at the entire of Dragon Ball Z with Gohan, he was with him from the moment he was born until he was 4 when Raditz showed up. He ended up even though he missed him for about a year, technically 6 months because the Saiyans showed up earlier. He wasn't with Gohan then training with him. Yes, he wasn't on with Gohan for the first few, I guess, months of Namek he was on Namek. He didn't really show up to like see him. He let Gohan, be alone with Chi-Chi alone for like a year before he came back to Earth to almost stop Frieza when he came back to Earth before Trunks showed up. But then he spent 3 years with Gohan during the time skip in preparation for the androids. Surely there had to be some dad moments there, right?
Yeah. And on top of that, he spent a year's worth of training in the hyperbolic time chamber with him.
Training his own son to get to transform into a Super Saiyan. What type of bad dad is that? Now, can you make the argument? Oh, maybe him putting him against Cell when he probably didn't want to fight Cell. Yeah, okay, that's one of Goku's more stupider moments. Obviously, at the end of the day, it paid off because they ended up winning. But realistically, Goku should have never did that in the first place, because he should know my son don't like to fight like I do. Then, obviously, in order to protect Earth, he has to sacrifice his life again. So yes, he's gone from Gohan's life the first 7 years for the rest of like 7 years straight, and then he's even gone for Goten. But then guess what? He comes back. He has these nice moments with his sons. Oh, and then after taking care of the Boo incident, he basically is now living with his children, albeit, just Goten, but albeit, well, I guess you could say he was living with Gohan for the little short period of time until Gohan moved out before he lived in with Videl, right? But I would imagine, regardless, he still was being a good father outside of the constant I need to train. So people who keep saying Goku's a bad dad, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But
my question at this point.
It's the same people that say Piccolo's more of a father for Gohan than Goku is. Personally, I say Piccolo is more of an uncle. But okay. If you want it. I don't understand the debate in that. I really don't. I think it's just people being stupid just to think that Goku's a bad dad, but realistically, they look more at the negatives of what Goku's traits are. Yes, does he love to train? And yes, does that mean he neglects his family sometimes? Yes. But at the end of the day, he still goes back home and he still loves his family. So I don't know why. I just wanted to bring that. I know I talked a lot about that, but I just wanted to bring that up because, people are going to be like, see, this proves that Goku's a bad father. No, it doesn't. You're just being ignorant. That's what. And then for anybody saying that, oh, well, I would be a better father than Goku, then you go be a father.
Someone's confident, that's for sure.
People probably stop wanting to be a father by day 3 if they got to deal with a baby. Anyways, they end up So they're flying, and due to Pansy and her very keen eyesight, um, she ends up spotting one of um crap. What the bad guy name again? Why am I mind
King Goma.
Goma? Why am I blanking today? Maybe it's because it's Saturday. I don't know. I'm tired.
I yeah, and I'm pretty exhausted too. But hey, we gotta focus, man.
Yes. Anyways, they see planes of Goma's men and they try to lay low. But Goma's men are obviously smarter than they look. So
Mhm.
they're like, we want to observe your plane. Now, what is the number one issue in this whole situation that they're in?
That they're actually hunting down Goku. So if they want to observe the plane, they're gonna see him.
Yes. So tell the audience what happens in this whole situation after
Okay,
they get landed.
okay. So apparently, for this situation, Shin has a plan. So obviously, they obeyed for now, and they landed. Um, they opened their doors. Obviously, Goku's hidden right now. The Pansy, Shin, and Glorio, they walk out quietly, leaving Goku behind, up seemingly. And the King Goma's men like just searched the ship high and low, just tossing out all their supplies and ruining everything. But they saw nothing, and that's when Pansy was like, "Huh?" She was confused because she thought Goku was still in there, but then she shut her mouth, and she felt tapping on on her shoulder, and somehow Goku managed to get out of there. And as for how, Shin will explain later.
We know how.
Yes, yes.
And what is the reason why?
Instant transmission. It's the only way to travel. I, I wish teleporting existed anyways.
Yeah, I wish I could teleport over there and knock you in the back of the head after you said that.
Instant transmission. It's the only way to travel, guys.
Yeah, clearly. You got that from Dragon Ball Z Kai.
Well, actually from Dragon Ball Z, but I digress.
Goku goes up to go hide in the bush. And he's just like waving and everything. He's like, "Don't worry, guys, don't worry about me." At least Goku is being smart for once, and he's not trying to engage. Now the people come back. They're like, "Oh wait, we ain't seen anything." But then they're like, "Hold on, just a damn minute." Now they try to grab Pansy, and essentially they're saying there apparently was a kid that threw smoke bombs and everything, or wasabi bomb or whatever, and they basically found out that the masked character was actually Pansy because of the collar, which we'll talk about in a minute. So that's when we just have it to where we just go into action. Now, at first, I thought Goku was gonna come out and start beating up. They're like, "Hey, blah, blah." But no, actually, it was Glorio and Supreme Kai that got involved.
Yeah, which I'm shocked Supreme Kai got his hands on.
Yes, he can fight, but he's not exactly the strongest to go to. But against fodder like these, it's no problem for him to handle.
Yeah.
Also, too, I forgot to mention that if they were to end up being fugitives, well, they would not be able to travel and use warp. So that's not
they would be stuck in the demon realm. So
yes, they would be stuck, and that's kind of the thing. So, anyways, what happens is they start getting involved. One of them starts to retreat, but Supreme Guy's like, "Goku!" And Goku basically fires off a ki blast, blasting them away. At first, I thought it was just going to destroy the ship entirely, but I guess you'll take it. So, yes, we're still waiting on Goku to use the Kamehameha, which he'll probably use next week at some point. Anyways, they see that their ship is yet again destroyed. So, they just have the worst of luck. This is the third time already, right?
Second, actually.
Well, technically, that this will be the third ship they're going through.
Yeah, well, obviously the first one when Glorio's ship got stolen, got he basically got robbed, and then the other two times it was just like a malfunctions or distraction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's one thing Dragon Ball GT has over Daima is the fact that they only went through one ship. Anyways, so basically they end up seeing that they left over one of the King Goma's men's ships, so they decide to take that. Also, Pansy also uses this gun to disable their communication so they can't communicate with each other no more, which interesting, nice disabling thing right there. Um so then another interesting thing is the collar. The reason why they're probably able to find them is because they Pansy has a collar around her neck, which when it gets scanned, basically Goma's men can track you wherever you go. Um, so that's the thing right then and there. And essentially, she can't really pull it off. But then Supreme Kai is like, actually, let me do something about that. He first touches it, and he's like, ah, interesting. This is made of kachite. And if you don't remember what kachite is, or kachin is, or whatever, it's the metal that, well, Goku threw at Gohan with the Z sword, and it broke the Z sword.
Mm-hmm.
And from that on, and basically he suggests that like this was probably his sister's doing, which I guess makes sense when you think about it.
Mm.
So yeah, this collar is on every person that's in the third demon realm area. So I'm guessing for the second and first, clearly not. They don't need the collars, but for the third people, because I guess they feel like the third people are like basically hooligans, I guess is a way to say it. They're like, you're getting this collar on your neck. So that's the thing. Now, Supreme Kai does a spell. He breaks it off with ease. Pansy's happy that she feels free. I don't blame her. And she asks Supreme Kai, like, hey, am I able to learn that technique? And she's like, and he's like, yeah, you can learn it.
Yeah, anyone can learn it apparently.
So maybe at some point, she'll learn it and then she'll teach it maybe to other people, so then their collars end up getting broken off of. Definitely could see it at like tail end of Dragon Ball Daima where she ends up going around people and is like, I can break your collar off of your neck now that we're not in rule probably of Goma anymore. But another interesting thing we find out about Supreme Kai is his actual real name. His given name.
Wait, what was Venice again?
Of course. No notes taken, but I got it right here. Nahare.
Says the guy who forgot King Goma's name.
Nahare.
Nahare. This man literally forgot King Goma's name, and he's all coming at me about forgetting the name I just learned. Brother.
Anyways, yeah, so his real name is Nahare. Now Goku, he's like, "Oh, so that's your real name?" And he's like, "Yeah." And Goku's like, "Can I say it?" And he's just like, "Go ahead, I don't care."
Right?
So Goku starts saying this. Now I'm like, if he's gonna start calling him by that, that wouldn't make sense because in Dragon Ball Super, he never called him that. He can continue to call him Supreme Kai-sama.
That's why he after this he was like, it feels kind of weird calling you that, so I'm just gonna keep calling you Supreme Kai.
Yes. That's funny. That's when he's like, I can't really do that. No, I'm gonna call you Supreme Kai-sama. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically are flying over to the next town. The one town that they have, or first they got to make sure they get the pin. Thanks to Pansy having this communication with one of her people back at the castle, they give her the pin number so they can use warp to go to the next area. But they're flying even faster to get to the to get to the Tamigami. We do cut back over to Vegeta and company. Basically, they ask Goku like, "Hey, do you want to wait for your friends or whatever?" or to go pit or wait for your or go pick up your friends, and Goku's like, nah, we don't need to go do that. They'll find their way. And I'm just like, Goku, you're an absolute dick, bruh. Go pick up your goddamn friends. But you're so worried about fighting this Tamigami, you're like, nah, fuck this shit.
Well, to be fair, they have Vegeta with them, so
You probably don't want Vegeta to take all the fun from him.
yeah, they don't want he doesn't want Vegeta to do all that.
Which it makes the other demon a little bit pissed off because that's when it goes into the thing where he's like, well, I got a girlfriend I gotta go to, I got a date, and that's when the king's like, you ain't got no damn date. Go take them to Goku location. So he has to reluctantly take them to the to where Goku's at. So that's the thing right then and there. But they get to this village area where the Tamigami's there. They actually go face to face with the Tamigami. I'm like, okay, good. Here we go. We're gonna get at least a intro to this fight, and then we're gonna probably cut and see what's gonna happen next week, right? No, we don't do that.
Yeah. After Goku like stops and eats first, and he goes to the bathroom again, and he walks out, gets ready to fight the Tamigami. He starts walking up to the Tamigami, and he's like, "Hey!" And then all of a sudden,
yeah, you skipped over some things.
What up?
They go to the cafe.
I said that already.
Yes, but you forgot the information that the cafe guy talked about. We got to include everything, Tensai. Anyways, the cafe manager makes a mention about, because they asked about the Tamigami and what to do, and basically the dude's like, oh, you could just go up to the Tamigami and say you want to challenge it. That's it. You just say you want to challenge it to a fight, and it will respond. We also, he talks about like, interesting kid. He also makes a mention that apparently the Tamagamis are stronger than Deborah because they said Deborah couldn't beat these things, which is like, really, huh?
Yeah.
Because Goku and Vegeta, now we can't say the same for Gohan at that point in time in the Buu saga, but Goku and Vegeta looked at Deborah and they're like, yeah, we're not worried about this guy.
Yeah.
Now Gohan obviously because he didn't train, he struggled against Deborah, and that's when Vegeta got all pissed off and everything, and even Goku was like, yeah, maybe he'll figure it out. Oh, he's not figuring out. Oh, my son really does need to train a lot more. Well, Vegeta over here getting pissed because like, I ain't wasting time here, bruh. But that's actually quite interesting to see that Deborah was in fact weaker than the Tamagamis. Now, mind you, he probably was a lot weaker before he met Babidi or got under the control of Babidi, because you would have to imagine being under the influence with the Majin symbol probably made him stronger.
Yeah, probably.
Again, we don't know if maybe Majin Deborah, I guess you can say Deborah under Babidi control is stronger than the Tamagamis now. Because basically back in the Buu saga, they said that Deborah was just as strong as Cell. From what Goku and Vegeta said. So, and that's actually facts. He was as strong as what Cell was at the end of the Cell saga. So, I would guess that Cell would be able to defeat the Tamagamis. But
wait, yeah, well, then again, we know since we know how strong Deborah is. And we know how strong Cell is, but we have no idea how strong the Takagamis is. So
yeah, that's the thing. But you would have to think. But Cell literally had a Kamehameha that could have destroyed an entire solar system. So I wouldn't think that he'd probably be stronger than these things.
Maybe they have some Earth destroying, some world destroying moves also, but who knows?
But interesting factoid to find out. But again, like I said, I think that's before Deborah was under the control of Babidi. So of course he'd probably be a lot weaker than he was when we saw him in the Buu saga. Even though he's kind of a joke, to be honest.
I mean, kinda.
Because realistically, Gohan did make him look stronger than he probably already was. Because again, like I said, Goku and Vegeta didn't really think highly of Deborah.
Hmm.
Like Vegeta made it sound like he could have killed Deborah in like one hit. Probably. Vegeta was pretty strong at that point.
Hmm.
Anyways, yes. Go on with the introduction to the Tamigami.
Yes, Goku walks up close and he just goes, "Hey," and then the Takagami just went, "What?" Or something like, "Ah!" And then Goku's like, "Hey, don't shout like that. You're gonna scare people and stuff." And it's like the Takagami was like, "What do you want? Do you want the Dragon Ball?" And he says, "I do." And the Takagami is like, "Right, then face me head on." And yes, I am the third Takagami, the three-star ball. And yes, and that's when the battle will begin, but will begin in the next episode. So,
Which is next week. Thank goodness I'm on my Thanksgiving break. So then I don't have to go and endure a long week of work to be able to get to this episode.
indeed.
Only thing I am disappointed about this episode is I wish we didn't have to have that last bit where they have to go where Goku's like, "Oh, I'm hungry." We also see Goku early in the episode eat like these black balls that are like sensu bean. Well, used to be what sensu beans are, which from the original series of Dragon Ball, before they added the whole thing of like, oh, sensu beans actually heal you. Sensu beans actually used to be an item where if you ate it, you'd basically be full for like one full day. Are they?
Mhm.
Yeah, but these black balls Goku eats like that he got from Pansy, like legitimately they make you full, and we see he has the big stomach again. So if you want to make your Goku's pregnant memes again, go right ahead. You still haven't gone over those memes, haven't you? I
Don't
didn't
ask.
come up with this. This is what Dragon Ball fans be talking about.
Yeah, don't ask.
But again, like I said, the only thing I did not like about this episode is I wish they could have taken out the cafe thing where they had to go have Goku eat or whatever because of convenient stuff. I wish we just had gotten at least a little bit early into the fighting stuff, and then we could have been like, all right, we're gonna get serious in the next episode. But I have to wait one more week. I guess one more week is not too bad, and it's not like Dragon Ball Daima is gonna go on break for a week because Thanksgiving week, because Japanese do not celebrate Thanksgiving. Because they don't got Thanksgiving. Well, not to my knowledge. They might have their own separate Thanksgiving in Japanese culture.
Who knows?
Whatever. My boy probably will not be on the channel next Friday because we'll probably be out of town due to Thanksgiving break. But
Indeed.
But if anything, I'm gonna be going solo next week. So I'm so sorry you're gonna miss such great episode. Now the question, here's a prediction. Do you think Goku will go Super Saiyan in this?
I think he'll have to at least. I think he'll have to go Super Saiyan at least. If they're as strong as they say they are.
Interesting. Do you think Vegeta and Piccolo will be able to sense Goku's energy and then they'll be like, he's already fighting?
Oh yeah, 100%.
So we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see. There was a long next episode preview too. Apparently we'll see Goma and everything. So yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Definitely be interesting. But anyways, we're gonna get out of here. If you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Dragon Ball Daima content or any more Dragon Ball content as a whole. I know Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC just dropped for their next storyline thing. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is gonna have a Daima thing. I think Jump Fest is coming out. Or no, no, Jump Fest is next month. It's like a Japanese exclusive thing. There's gonna be a lot of Dragon Ball stuff revealed there, apparently. Gonna be interesting. Definitely gonna be interesting. Looking forward. Hopefully, it means the return of the Dragon Ball Super manga comes back, so then I can at least start going back to reviewing Dragon Ball Super. Something Dragon Ball Super.
Maybe.
I don't know. unless we get maybe a secret anime announcement after Daima. Please, I just want to see more arc animated, please.
With this kind of animation, because it looks good.
We're getting the Dragon Ball Super Broly one.
Good enough.
Anyways, hit the subscribe button. I'll leave a link in the description below to my guy's channel. He's trying to get 100 million subscribers.
100 million.
I mean,
that's a long-term goal, buddy.
100 subscribers before the end of the year. He's probably got about 4 weeks to do it. So help him out.
Yes, and I'll probably be live streaming later, probably.
No, let me guess. Some Fractured Daydream.
Either that or maybe something off-brand like Zenless Zone Zero's Endless Tower. I don't know.
Oh, where I just have to see you struggling to try to beat level 90s.
I'm not even that far yet. So
where's the last level you're at? Level 80s?
70s. So.
Oh, it's still in the 70s.
Yeah, but I'm a little higher than you are. There's a Jane Doe clone.
Oh, fuck.
Prepare yourself, man. Prepare yourself.
I don't like the Jane Doe shits. They are kind of spammy with their attacks.
And unpredictable.
Oh, yeah. I know. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
So,
Take care
yeah.
again.
Anyways, guys. Till then, guys, stay safe out there. Peace.